I'm here with another teacher. So nice to meet you, Emman. Can you tell me something about your background, your university education, and your experience teaching online?
I graduated with a degree in Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in General Sciences. I have been teaching online for over 3 years now. With my experience teaching online, I have taught learners from different countries such as China, Vietnam. I have taught learners from kids, teens to adults. So I'm not just only teaching English subject. I can also teach general science because I graduated with a degree and mathematics too.
And I know that you have taught in a secondary school in your own country, right? And you were teaching science lessons there.
Yeah, I have had an experience teaching learners the science subjects from grades 7 to 12 for a year.
And I think your accent is quite good. You have an American style accent. How did you learn that?
Oh, thank you so much. I've learned it, of course, by practicing, and I have noticed when I'm using this accent, it just comes out naturally, even if I'm a Filipino. I've practiced, watched English movies without any subtitles on. That's really helped me, and of course, read some books and converse in the language and using it in school too.
So what age of Chinese kids have you taught?
I have taught, I think the youngest I had was 4 years old, and the oldest I had taught maybe 50 or 45.
Okay, right. And what has your experience been like with Chinese kids learning English?
Of all the nationalities that I had taught, Chinese students are, I think, not to be biased, one of the best nationalities to teach. It's because you can really see the passion and their interest in learning the language. I know that learning a new language really is a hard thing to do, especially if you're just a beginner or just trying to start learning the language. It's very hard. I had experienced that because I also learned Mandarin, and Mandarin is so hard to learn. So I understand where they're coming from, and I'm very empathetic about that.
And what things do you like to do in your classes with young learners to engage them and make the class interesting?
I make the class interesting by incorporating games and activities that can catch and prolong the attention of kids. Of course, kids do not have that much of an attention span, and you really have to catch that. I sometimes use props, realia, and I sometimes change roles too. They will be the teacher and I will be pretending as a student, something like that.
And have you taught any of the Cambridge textbooks, let's say Think or Power Up, or books like the Reading Explorer series?
Yes, I think those books, they're really good. And I have taught these to my Chinese as well as my Vietnamese students, especially the kids. The starters, the get ready for flyers, moving up, the power up, yeah.
So you have proficiency exam qualification, which basically means that you are like a near native speaker, or you're almost in line with a native speaker's level. I think that's what it's talking about.
Yes, precisely.
It means that you can communicate fluently, and also that you have a good level of listening and vocabulary almost up to the level of a native speaker. This is my understanding.
Yeah, that is it.
Okay, and so that's great. What are some of the difficulties in teaching the Chinese students, and how can you get around that?
It's not just a difficulty nationality-wise, because I, as a teacher, understand that learners are learning a new language and it's going to be difficult. But I think the hardest thing is, of course, making the class engaging until the end. Yeah.
And which age learners are you more comfortable with, or young and teenagers are both fine?
I can teach kids, teens and adults, but I'm more comfortable teaching kids, and yeah, I think the second thing would be adults than teenagers.
Yeah. Have you taught business English or adults who have a level of English already?
Yeah, I have taught corporate business English, the daily English, the conversational English, as well as the business English, travel English too.